Hi, it's Becky Williamson, your Fit Over 40 coach here in San Jose. I'm back with video number 2 in a two-part series regarding low back pain. If you saw me in video 1, I talked about some of the reasons people get low back pain. Sometimes you need to see a doctor, but sometimes it's just a matter of weak low back, tight muscles, poor posture, things that can actually be fixed on your own. So in video 1, we talked about some stretches for low back pain, really common areas that are tight when people have low back pain. And we talked about working on the back side with endurance, muscular endurance exercises on the back side. So now in video number 2, I'm talking front side, and we're going to talk side as well on the side. Here's how I look at it. With problematic low backs, whether it's that you need to stretch or whether you need to strengthen or you need more endurance, the bottom line is doing things consistently, doing exercises or stretching consistently. And how I look at it, that these can be done at home. You don't have to go to a gym. For gosh sakes, you could actually be doing these while you're watching TV, that you don't need any equipment, they don't make a lot of noise, you're not on an exercise bike making noise. So we've got to work on the front side if we want to shore up the spine. We want to work on the front side and also the sides of our core, if you will. So here are my go-to exercises for core endurance or muscular endurance to support an achy low back. And the first one, you've probably seen it before, it's called the plank. And so we're going to start out really basic with the bottom line basic plank. And what we do is we get face down on our mat or on the ground. We're going to put our elbows right under our chest, and we're going to pop up and hold. You're going to look down. I'm looking at you right now. We're going to hold in this position. Where I see problems sometimes is butts in the air or sometimes a sagging low back. So what I want you to think about when you're in this plank, this was taught to me by a physical therapist a few years ago, is pulling in the muscles right there around the ribs. As if you had a low back that was sagging, what would you do? You'd pull up the muscles right here on those ribs. So we're just going to hold here. Everything's in alignment from the back of the head, the butt, to the heels. You can start out with a 10-second hold or whatever you can do, and you can work on up to seeing if you can do a plank off with your friends in a minute or two and see how you do, maybe even 3 or 4. Second thing I want to show you after the plank, the basic plank, is a basic side plank. When we go to the side, we're not only working the muscles called the obliques on the sides of the abdomen, we're also working the hip muscles. And as I mentioned in video number 1, strong hips are really important for back pain. You might not think about it, but anytime somebody tells me they have low back pain or knee pain, I always help them with strengthening their hips. It's the thing we have to do. So here's how you're going to strengthen your hips in a side plank, and it will also strengthen your core. We're going to get to the side. We can do a basic side plank on the knees where we literally just lift up. We get our lower hip off the mat and we pressed up onto our elbow. Very basic side plank. For a more advanced side plank, we're going to lengthen our body. Now we're off the ground all the way down to our feet. So elbows to feet, nothing down on the ground here. And we're going to hold. If I were coaching you, I'd make sure that each hip bone is one on top of the other. We don't want to be forward and we don't want to be too far back. We want to be side, just directly on our side. And we hold this for time. Now obviously with the side plank, you need to do the other side as well. So here in video number 2, we've already talked in video 1 about hamstring stretching, hip stretching, and also back endurance. Now in video 2, this is abdominal endurance. So we want to start out with whatever you can do, whether it's a 10-second plank or a 1-minute plank, 2-minute plank. Start basic on your knees or your toes and work for more time. You can do planks every day. That might be a little bit of overkill, but several times a week. You can do it while you're watching TV. You can do it if you go to the gym and you lift weights, you can do it in between sets as a little bit of a rest while you're resting your muscles. So forward planks on toes or knees and side planks. You have to do both sides. And that is my quick tip for you for combating low back pain at home. This is Becky Williamson, your Fit Over 40 coach in San Jose. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd like our Facebook page. If you're seeing this on Facebook, like our page, so that way when I do new videos, you'll get them in your stream. And if there's anything that I can help you with, if you're here in San Jose, go ahead and put a comment down at the bottom in the comment section. I'll ring you up. We can talk on the phone. I'll give anybody a 15-minute consult just to see if there's something that I can do to help you over the phone. Okay? So this is Coach Becky signing off.